I'm gonna turn it over to you. Okay.
All right, thanks, Derek. All right, Andre, appreciate you joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and just get right into questions. Derek Piper, you're up. Brandon Simberg on deck. Jim Matson in the hole. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, Andre, to get that gutsy win on the road, it was nearly a 3-hour game, had to do it without Io in overtime. Just what's that locker room like, and how'd you guys pull that out?
It was a tough one, obviously, as everybody saw. We didn't have our best player out there, but that didn't matter. It was an ugly first half, ugly game overall. But at the half, coach, y'all know what happened. Screamed at us, yelled at us. But as good players that we all are, we don't take that. We didn't take that as a bad thing. We just took that as a positive thing. We just turned up in the second half. We came out with more energy, more passion. We wanted to go, wanted to get stopped. We got him. Went into overtime. Like I said, we didn't have our best player, but that don't matter. We have, we a lot of credit to him. He's a great player. Fortunately, fouled out, but we got a lot of guys in our team. I think that's the greatest team. The greatest thing we have in our team is the depth that we have. Because like I said, he wasn't there, but all the guys stepped up today, and that was a good thing. It was a great team win. We fought, and that's what we needed to do. Just fight back, get stops. Started the overtime with 2 charges. Wow, like that was big time. That was big time, and just got to keep improving, learn from it. Like I said, ugly game, but find a way to get the W, and that's all that matters. But now we just got to go back home and get ready for the next one.
What'd you see on that pass to Kofi, down the stretch? Were you able to slide that in, and how awesome was that to make that kind of big time play, down the stretch?
It was great. As a point guard, and everybody knows it now. I like to pass the ball a lot. And one of the greatest things was, just the core vision that I have. And I saw Kofi. I trust him. I gave it to him. I knew he was going to get it. I know at the beginning of the year, he was struggling a little bit. But, that don't matter. I have confidence in my own teammates. I'll even say I'm more confident than they have in themselves. I love them. They're my brothers, so I trust them. And I just gave it to him. I saw him open. I didn't see nobody tagging. So I just gave it to him, bounce pad. I'm undersized guard, so I just got low to the ground, bounced it as low as I can and as hard as I can. So he bounces really hard and comes up to, waist level. And that's what he did. He caught it, dunked it, and that was game right there.
Nice try.
Hey, go ahead, Brandon. You're up. Jim Matson on deck. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Andre. Defensively, they were way less efficient in the second half and in the overtime period. What did you guys maybe do differently?
We just played hard. Speed, pace. We kept the tempo at a high speed, and we just had to keep moving the ball, sharing the ball, moving the ball, putting them in action so they move. Because like we saw first half, they did an amazing job. A lot of credit to Indiana. They came out ready to guard our best player really good. And second half and overtime, we just needed to get them moving and keep sharing the ball and instead of hitting a home run right away, it's always all right to get a single or a double. Like, it don't matter. At the end of the day, you just got to make the right read and the right play to win the ball game, and that's what we did.
And then Trent scored 8 points there at the end of regulation, hitting those 2 threes. What does that kind of say about him as a player?
He a vet. I like I said, I have a lot of confidence in him. I love him. He's a brother to me as well. He picks me up. He's always on my ass on defense. I practice and all that stuff, and that's what it's all about. Him picking me up, me picking him up, and that's the brotherhood that we have on the team that I have with him, and a lot of confidence. He a vet. He a senior. He knows the game, and I know for a fact, and I know for sure that he's always going to be ready to make big time shots because he's a big time player, and big time players make big time play at the end of the game.
Thanks, Andre.
Okay, Jim Matson, you're up. Alec on deck, Joey, and then Robert. We'll go Robert then after that. Go ahead.
Hey, Andre, the guts to make that pass at the end of the game to Kofi. I mean, kind of a risky turnover risk reward, but you just have confidence you're going to get that. I mean, you never lose the kind of I'm going to make a play attitude.
Yeah, just like that, and I know sometimes I force my passes, and I know sometimes I do silly things on the court. I know sometimes, sometimes and I know it, and I'm here accepting it like a man, and I know it, and I'm getting better at that. And as the games goes by, as practice goes by, days go by, I'm continuing to improve. And I'm not afraid of making those passes. I can leave with my passes because sometimes not a lot of people see what I see. So I saw it, and I have confidence in myself. And like I said, I have confidence in Kofi. I knew he was going to get it. I gave it to him.
Great win tonight. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Alec, we're going to skip you for a second. There's a couple people that are there. Robert, go ahead, then Gavin, then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, Andre, I'm curious about specifically the timeout with about 2:30 left right after Io fouled out, what the conversation was with the coaches, everyone else of what to do next.
Well, that like I said, we did that. That's our best player. We didn't have him on the court, so nothing crazy, to be honest with you. It was just get ready to play, step up. Guys had to step up, and that was pretty much it. Just step up, get stops. Ugly first half defensively and offensively, but emphasizing the defense side. That's all we talked about all second half, all overtime. On those little timeouts, that's literally all we will talk about, just getting stops and win the ball game and make the right decisions.
Did you have any conversations with Io in those last 7 minutes, the 2 minutes of regulation and 5 minutes of overtime?
Yeah, right. I mean, not during the because he was out, so I couldn't really be talking to him. But before, when he fouled out, and a couple minutes before, while he was in the game, and throughout the whole game, I was talking to him. I respect him. He's a really, really good player. He works really hard. He works extremely hard every day in the gym, putting shots before practice, after practice, and I knew he was struggling, and I saw it because Indiana came ready to guard him, and like I said, a lot of credit to Indiana for that. And I was just trying to cheer him up and be there for him, because I know I'm a freshman and I know he's a vet, but that don't matter at the end of the day. We're both great basketball players. We both play for each other and for the team. So at the end of the day, like same with Trent, he's gonna pick me up and I'm gonna pick him up. So that's what I was doing throughout the whole game.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Gavin, go ahead, and then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Gavin.
Andre, you talked about the defensive effort a little bit just now, but how important was that overtime defense in getting those stops repeatedly?
Oh, it was very important. We started the overtime with 2 charges. I think we didn't, to be honest with you guys, I don't think we won the ball game because of our offense and all that. Yeah, that plays a part of it, but our defense was huge in the overtime. Started with 2 charges. That gave us a lot of energy. That gave us an extra pump, and those 2 plays right there were big time. And in my opinion, those were the plays that made us win the game. Those 2 defensive stops.
That's it for me.
Okay. Scott Ritchie, this will be the last question for Andre.
Andre, just as a team, what do you guys have to do? Maybe what did you do today when there's 54 total fouls called in a game, and if there's not a lot of rhythm, and you just maybe kind of have to deal with that?
It's rough. It was a rough game. It was an ugly game, like I've been saying. We like to play fast. That's what we like to do, and we just like I've been saying, we have to just get stops, because the defense, we're gonna be the things that we're gonna get us into offense. We more like smooth, more pace, because we get stops, they miss, we get a rebound, now we can run. But if we fouled and all that, game slows down, and then we have to play in the half court. It's a little slower game, but I loved our defense in that second half and overtime, and I'm not really worried about offense because our defense was the thing that won us the game at the end.
All right, thank you, Andre. We'll go ahead and switch to Coach Underwood here.